Hello there once again, and today I'm going to talk about the key constraint in scaling up your business. But it's not the constraint in scaling up your business alone, it's probably the master constraint in just about everything we do. The question often arises, what is one thing that I could do, one magic lever or a magic switch that could make me more effective in what I do, whether that's in business, in sporting endeavors, in relationships, in anything that you want to turn your mind and hands to. What's the one thing that we could do to improve our performance? And it's probably this. But before I get into what this is, here is one of my favorite examples, and surprise, surprise, it comes from the world of sport, American football in particular. Now, the Super Bowl is the championship game in the American football season. It's one of the most highly watched sporting events, single events in the world, and it's played between the champions of the American Football Conference and the National Football Conference. Those two winners play off to see who wins the Super Bowl. Now, the 23rd time that they played the Super Bowl, it was between the San Francisco 49ers and I think the Cincinnati Bengals. And at that point in time, the score read 16 to the Bengals and 13 to the San Francisco 49ers. The 49ers got the ball on their 8-yard line with 3 minutes and 10 seconds to play. So if you're already thinking, wait a minute, they get the ball on the 8-yard line, what does that mean? If you're not an American football buff, it doesn't matter. But what matters is this. There are 3 minutes and 10 seconds left in the game, and a side has got possession of the ball and they are 16-13 down. All right, now, the end of the match saw this team with the ball score the winning touchdown or the winning score with just 8 seconds left on the clock. So for the next 3 minutes, they kept the ball, advanced it down the field and scored in one of the most dramatic finishes of the Super Bowl. So the little backstory is where I'd like to start this little piece. The backstory of that is when they got the ball on their 8-yard line, almost at their own goal line, Joe Montana, who's the quarterback or who was the quarterback for the 49ers, the quarterback is the guy that calls out which play they're going to run at each moment in their possession. And he notices John Candy. John Candy was a famous comic actor at the time, and he's up in the stands. And Joe Montana picks out John Candy and says, hey, there's John Candy up in the stands. Everyone looks and everyone feels instantly relaxed. But there's 3 minutes and 10 seconds left of the game. And yet everyone's relaxed. They execute a series of plays and score the winning touchdown. Dramatic stuff. The first thing that I'd like to get across is the magic switch that you can apply is to throttle back in all the chaos that is going around and give yourself some space to make the right decision. Now, in the business world, one of the most successful entrepreneurs and investors in history is a guy called Warren Buffett. And for years, his key number 2 man, his lieutenant, has been Charlie Munger. Now, Charlie was interviewed and says, look, what's the key to Warren's success? He's been successful for so long. What's the key? What does he do? And Charlie Munger said, and I'll try and record his exact phrase. He said, his success relies on the reservation of much time for quiet reading and reflection and thinking. The reservation of much time for quiet reading, thinking and reflection. So what is the key constraint? What is the one master switch that you can apply to make yourself successful? And it is this. This is the major constraint that you have. It's the bit between your ears that we carry around all the time. Nothing good can come out of this magical piece of equipment if you don't put the right things in. Nothing can come out if you don't feed it with the right materials. And it's only got a chance of coming out with something useful if you give it a chance. So in these days of highly complex business models, lots of competitors, lots of potential solutions, everything seems to be in a continual state of movement and flux. Take a leaf out of Joe Montana's book. Slow the clock down. You can't stop a ticking clock. You can't stop it. But the very best can find some extra time, and they seem to be able to slow it down a little bit. And Warren Buffett did that by reserving time for quiet reading and reflection. So it seems a bit of a contradiction, because business is going so fast, we need to go fast with it. You don't give your brain enough chance to come up with the right ideas. Reading is a fantastic activity. When I'm reading business books or personal success books, it's amazing how many ideas actually get generated in other areas of the business apart from the subject that you're reading about right now. So give it a try. One of my other favorite examples, a guy called Mark Cuban, who I saw speak at a summit not too long ago in the stadium of the Dallas Mavericks that he owns. He owns the basketball team, the Dallas Mavericks. And he said he takes 3 hours a day for reading. 3 hours a day, every day. Well, you might not have 3 hours to spend, but spend a consistent amount each day with some reading and reflection and thinking, and it's amazing how much faster you can go. So I really hope that made sense. Educate yourself and then give yourself the gift of some quiet reflection and allow that education to bring forth some good ideas that you can then put into practice for your business or any other area of your life. Hey, I enjoyed sharing that with you. Look forward to the next time we can connect, and take care till then.